very much for your hospitality and your generosity to me in allowing me to participate in today's lovely and historic occasion. You will never forget this day in your life when you join the real world outside of the campus. So, in honor of this occasion, I shall speak both. I shall speak in three languages. First in Ilonggo, because I'm from Iloilo City, then in Tagalog, and then in English. Oh, naimik pa kayo? I was laughing when you were making this howl, because I used to do that whenever there was a VIP in UP. So I understand what you're trying to say. You're trying to say you're not impressed. Neither am I. Kaya nang aga-aga pa ako naglumpat sa katri ko, kaya makadto ako diri. Pero may masakit ako, isa na ako patuig nga ginabulong dito sa Metro Manila. Galing nga siguro makadto ako sa abroad para lang magpabulong. Amo man gihapon, aga pa alas 5, nagbiyahe na ako. And you know that in Metro Manila, to travel in traffic is to risk your life. You never know whether you will reach your destination dead or alive. Plus, makasagupa mo kung ikaw nagmamaneho, maasahan mo makasagupa mo mga driver na may road rage, mga drug addict, mga sex addict. Kapin pa, misa nga halit sa Senado, itudlo ko dyan sa kuya niya, sige po, ikaw sex addict ka. Baslan tagit ikaw, balusan tagit ikaw. Sige, dibati kita sa UP, bisan din yung gusto mo. Dua ko siya ka-beses, ginhangkat, huwag siya magsabat, huwag siya imik-imik, ah. Sa'yo ron, admission by silence, hindi ba? Sa rules of court, naamin niya. Hindi na kaya yung sex addict, sex maniac ang tawag, sex addict. Tapos, di ka damo pa nga kaladlukan, ginagyan ko kainang aga. Nagkato ko sa beauty parlor, kaladlok na eh. Kaya ginabutong nilabuhok mo, wala kang tuong. Pagkatapos, nagkato kami sa airport, di late man gihapon. Dali ko na lang mag-privilege speech ng mga late aeroplano. Hawak ko isa nagigya kami ka oras sa tarmac. We're already inside the plane and we're made to wait there. We couldn't lift off. So, the hours slowly passed. And we slowly turned into well-browned turkeys inside the airplane. Pero amon gihapon, nagkatungid ko diri ang pilit ko siya. Kaya ko, tawag ko ng presidente sa Pilipinas, kung di ko gusto, hindi ko yung magkadto. Tawag ko sa Senado, kung di ko man niya gusto, hindi ko yung magkadto yan. Pero, bisan din ako, kabisan anong ginahimo ko, basta tawag ko sa UP, dalagan ko na ko. Mataas IQ. Hindi pa rin yung ang Senado. Now let us turn to Tagalog. Use Obama in a sentence. Answer. If I am all alone, I am all by myself. Boyfriend o girlfriend ka ngayon at makikipag-break ka sa kanya dahil hindi na kayo magkikita pagkatapos ng graduation, itong sabihin mo sa kanya, password ka ba? Bakit? Hindi kasi kita kayang kalimutan pero kaya kitang palitan. O kaya itong sabihin mo sa kanya, bachelor's degree ka ba? Bakit? Kasi tapos na ako sa iyo. Pwede rin ganito. Summer ka ba? Bakit? Wala ka kasing class. I was sent to UP by my parents at great expense that they could hardly afford, just so that they could tell you these kinds of jokes. Minsan tinanong ng teacher ang kanyang mga estudyante kung anong gusto nilang maging paglaki nila. Sabi ni Pedro, gusto ko maging nurse para makatulong sa kapwa. Sabi ni Jose, ako gusto ko maging doktor para makapagamot ng kapwa. Sabi ni Kiko, ako mayor para mapagsilbihan ko ang kapwa ko. Sabi ni Maria, gusto ko maging president para mapaglingkuran ko ang aking kapwa. Sabi naman ni Juan Tamar, ako naman gusto kong maging kapwa. Nagkaroon ng pagkakataon na magtanong ng tig-isang tanong kay God, ang mga presidente ng China, US at Pilipinas. Ngauna ang China. Ang tanong niya, God, kailan po mawawala sa bansa ko ang korupsyon at kahirapan? Sumagot si God, 300 years, anak. Umiyak ang presidente ng China, patay na ako bago mangyari yan. Sumunod ang presidente ng USA. Ang tanong niya, God, kailan po mawawala sa bansa ko ang korupsyon at kahirapan? Sumagot si God, 500 years, anak. Umiyak din ang presidente ng USA. Patay na ako bago mangyari yan. Sumunod ang presidente ng Pilipinas. Ang tanong niya, God, kailan po mawawala sa bansa ko ang korupsyon at kahirapan? Umiyak si God. Umiyak si God. Sabi niya, patay tayo dyan. Pinipigilan na ako ni Dean Coro eh. Kaya kailangan mag-English na ako ngayon. Today, as a fresh graduate, you find yourself in the prime of your life. Young, beautiful, and a full-fledged member of the intellectual elite of Philippine society. Could you help me fix this microphone system, please? I cannot see my Today, as a fresh graduate, you find yourself in the prime of your life, young, beautiful, and now a full-fledged member of the intellectual elite of Philippine society. You'll never be as young, as beautiful, or as intellectually stimulated as you are today. Therefore, grab life, grab it with both hands, change the world, but first, change yourself. To help you on your life's journey, although suffering from chronic fatigue syndrome, I've thrown nearly 2 hours to share with you, as my fellow UP alumni, the lessons I've learned from life. Today, you feel immortal, para bang kaya mong lahat. At hindi mo na iniisip ang buhay, dahil masagana ang buhay para sa inyo, sa edad din yan. You cannot admit the possibility of any accident or calamity or tragedy that might mar your life. You cannot possibly contemplate an end to your life or to the lives of those whom you love. But I assure you, the devil never sleeps, and evil lurks on the way. And I promise you, middle age will come, and then old age will beckon. By that time, I will no longer be with you. So let me tell you about the lessons of life that life has taught me. For the sake of brevity, I will focus on 2 points: political life in a developing society, and the moral life in an extremely limited lifetime. The political sphere. No doubt, the Philippines suffers from an endemic culture of corruption. The problem is that the crooks have made a mockery of our Constitution. May saligang batas nga, wala namang sumusunod. At ang pinakauna pang maglabag ng batas ay mismo mga leader natin sa Kongreso, sa Senado, sa House of Representatives, maski kung minsan sa Cabinet. Yun ang problema ng ating bansa. At kayong mga UP graduates, you know very well that you have a moral obligation to this society that has been so good to you, to make sure that you leave your footprints in the sense of our time. The problem is that the crooks have made a mockery of our Constitution. As a basic law, the Constitution is supreme in the sense that any law or behavior that contradicts a constitutional provision should be declared not only void but also punishable as a crime. And yet, just as examples, look at the constitutional provisions on accountability of public officers. Hanggang ngayon, walang napakulong na mga nagnakaw ng pork barrel, 100 milyon. Sige pa rin sila. Look at the constitutional provision prohibiting political dynasties. Klaro yan eh, maliwanag yan sa ating constitution na constitutional dynasty shall be prohibited as may be provided by law. Andyan pa rin sila, lahat sila. Mga kapatid, anak, o malapit na kamag-anak nang naging senador din o congressman din. Kaya anong demokrasya ang pinag-uusapan natin? We are ruled by not only by an oligarchy, we are ruled by a kleptocracy. These two provisions are blatantly disobeyed, and the perpetrators of the crime are no less than our elected leaders. How did this come about? Paano tayo humantong dito? Let us start with the definition of terms. Corruption is the abuse of public road or resources for private benefit. Masyado bang komplikado yan? Siguro kung hindi ka taga-UP, hindi mo intindi. Yan siguro problema ko sa Senado. Kasi mukha hindi na intindihan that corruption is the abuse of their roles as senators or of their resources at their command. Kaya ganun na lang pag nakaw nila ng pera sa gobyerno. Mga walang hiya. Corruption is the great evil of our time because it threatens the core democratic values of representation and of deliberation. I would take an approach to corruption that can be summarized in the trilogy of principal, agent, and client. Thus, corruption is a result of wrong interactions among top officials, functionaries, and members of the public. As I speak, our country is rocked by the pork barrel scam, punctuated so far by the Ombudsman's announcement that she has resolved to file in court criminal complaints for plunder against 3 senators and other players in the scandal. Biro mo yun, senador ka? Tapos ngayon pinag-aralan ang kaso mo dahil tunilada pala ang ebidensya at pagkatapos pinag-aralan ng grupo ng mga abogado sa ombudsman, sabi niya talagang may kasalanan ka kaya dapat limanda ka sa Sandigan Bayan. Pero mga tinutukoy nila, ang kakapal ng mga mukha. Sige pa rin sila, pinagtatanggol nilang sarili nila, pinupuri pa nilang kagwapuhan nila. The respondents are neither surprised nor ashamed of themselves. They are fighting back, and this time with a propaganda effort to distract the attention of the Filipino public from their heinous crime and instead to develop a competing scandal involving other public officials and possibly involving the President of the Philippines himself. Ganon katabang mga apog nitong mga ito. I have said many times that my enemies who are the crooks in government possess what I call the epidermis of pachyderms. You really need intestinal fortitude to work in this kind of an atmosphere. Dapat yan, barila na lang kami o suntukan na lang kami. Dahil kung hapunin kong debate, ayaw naman eh. I trust that UP graduates, after 4 years of the most rigorous educational discipline in this country, will be able to exercise the famous UP students' power of analysis to see through the machinations of the crooks in government. Kaya kayong nyangaan eh. Dahil talagang abnormal kayo. Mas mataas kayo sa normal, kaya abnormal din kayo. Yung mga kalaban ko nga sa abnormal yun. Bear in mind that the main issue is the plunder of the public treasury by high officials with the brazen support and cooperation of private citizens hiding under the cognomen of non-government organizations. Tawag na sa nila, non-government organizations. It all sounds very complicated, but a UP graduate, this can be made simple. If there is a crime, there should be a punishment. If there are so-called non-government organizations, then they have no business asking for and spending government money. Yun ang pinaka-problema sa lahat eh. NGO sila pero gumagastos sila ng pera ng gobyerno. Eh, bakit pa sila tawagin NGO? So, dapat tawagin na lang sila official thieves. Do not close your eyes to the problem of corruption on the ground that no society will be completely free of corruption. Yun ang sabi ng iba. Kaya korupsyon, maski saan sa mundo, talagang meron yon. Kaya, anong kinakagalit mo? Kasi palagi akong galit eh. It is true that corruption is almost as old as the concept of government itself. But today we take a different focus. We demand that government should be accountable and that political processes should be honest. Ano kaya ang hinahangad nitong mga tao, itong mga galit na ito? Nasa kanila na lahat eh. Gusto pa nila more and more and more. So basically, I see this as a problem of greed. The problem of the sin of greed and pride. Corruption is an analytical concept and a public concern. I went to Oxford to study about corruption. When I returned to my country, everybody was exercising corruption and they did not go to Oxford. As intellectual warriors of our time, while you are building a life, you are morally obliged to confront the following sources of corruption. Bullet point, a weak civil society. Bullet point, impaired participation, competition, and institution in politics and in the economy. Bullet point, ethnic fragmentation, and beware the so-called Bangsamoro basic law, as I will show to you in the next few weeks. Bullet point, poor tax collection. Bullet point, underpaid civil service. Bullet point, dependence upon outside investment and upon extractive industries such as oil or mining. Bakit ang hilig-hilig nila i-facilitate ang mga batas natin para madali makuhanan tayo ng mga dayuhan ng ating oil at ng ating mines, mineral resources? Ating yun eh. Pag kinuha nila yan, hindi na babalik yun, hindi na sustainable yun. And bullet point, the influence of drug dealers or arms dealers and the influence of organized crime. Maniwala kayo sa Senado, pero mga kriminal, out and out criminals, dealing with drug dealers and dealing with dealers in narcotic drugs. Kaya sila kunwari, hindi kumukuha ng pork barrel, saan sila kumukuha ng pangsustento nila? In the Senate, I was the sponsor of a treaty called International Convention Against Corruption. The Philippines is now a party to the treaty. And among other measures, we can follow this convention as a roadmap to a less corrupt government. Please put your youthful brains to work on how we can design a national integrity system in our country. Now let me go to the political sphere. After you have performed the moral obligation to take a direct hand in combating corruption, your next focus will be the meaning of life. Pag-graduate nyo, dapat ang una nyong gagawin ay pasalamatan nyo ang magulang at mga kamag-anak ninyo. Nagsakripisyo sila eh. Pagkatapos pasalamatan ninyo ang mga professors ninyo. Some of these professors you probably dislike or even hate. Di bali na, pasensyahin mo na. Pero pasalamat muna. Pagkatapos, mag-concentrate ka, maghanap ka ng trabaho mo, magpakita ka ng talino at sipag mo. Di ma-promote ka ng ma-promote. Pagkatapos yan, makakabili ka na ng bahay mo, makakabili ka na ng unang kotse mo, magkakaroon ka na ng unang asawa mo. Puso na kasi ngayon ang maraming asawa eh. But after that, you'll ask yourself when you reach my age, what is all this for? Since I was trained in UP, as I said, I automatically have to be granted the presumption that I have an analytical mind. I have to sit in my house, surrounded by all that money can buy, at least my kind of money, which is very small, and ask myself, what is all this for? I read until midnight. I read until I was cross-eyed when I was in UP. Ito lang pala ang abutin ko. I had children, I lost one. Remember, I told you that I never predict what life will do to you. I had one husband. And as far as I can tell, he seems to be morally disciplined, at least when I'm around. It is easy for a UP student, particularly a freshman, to claim that life is meaningless. I remember when I was in Oxford, they played on me the trick. You know, this very, very old trick they always play on newcomers in Oxford. They will always say, prove to me that your God exists. Of course, there is no proof. And then they would say to me, I will show to you that your God is powerless. Then they will stand in the middle of the square or the lawn, and then they will lift their hands to the sky and say, God, if you exist, strike me down dead right now. Then they count up to 10, and then they turn to me and say, see, your God is powerless. That is the temptation of scoffing at everything that you find. But I strongly advise you against this arrogant attitude. If life has no meaning, then every person should commit suicide, which constitutes surrender to alienation and disillusionment. I am, of course, talking of the superficial UP student. After graduation, you will find, eventually, various world religions. All religions share the view that the final human purpose is to reach a state of wisdom, compassion, and bliss. In other words, heaven, or whatever you might call its equivalent. Assuming for the sake of argument that life is meaningless, still you are bound to, as the slogan says, dare to become what you are. Look into your heart and you will find who you are. Even if you believe that there is no God and that there is no world other than planet Earth, I propose to you that we ourselves are the creators of our own values. You ask me, what is the meaning of life, Miriam? At my age, and I answer you, you make the meaning of your own life. There is no set formula. There is no set calculus to answer this question. I propose that the supreme value is life assertion. Always assert life, not death. And that the next highest value is the will to triumph over evil. Tingnan mong paligid mo, maraming masama at hindi tama. Di ayusin mo, sa halip na reklamo ka ng reklamo. Kaya ka binigyan ng gabay sa mukha nitong nakapag-graduate ka sa UP para makapagtulong ka sa lipunan. Hindi na parang makapagbalaki ka sa sarili mo at sa pamilya mo. Walang kwenta iyon. Dinagay ka dito kung ano man yon. Ang layunin na yan, hanapin mo. Ikaw mismo ang gumawa ng layunin mo. There is no proof that God exists. But then again, there is no proof that God does not exist. The existence of God cannot be proved. This merely means that God's existence cannot be rationally demonstrated. But this does not mean that God does not exist. We cannot know God. Kasi akala ng mga senador, God sila. Kaya nagagalit ako dahil sinasabi ko sa kanila, hindi naman kayo mga Diyos, hindi nga ninyo alam ko anong Diyos eh. We cannot know God, but we need God. Hence, God is the necessary unknown. I have often made the quip that we do not have intelligent options on the meaning of life. One option is to believe that human life is predestined. Lahat, swerte na yan. Another option is to believe that life is random. I'm well aware that neither option sounds intelligent. For example, that chance against a random process accounting for the precise value of the basic constants of physics is in excess of 1 billion to 1. Those who are interested in physics know this. If you look at it this way, a designer of the universe is highly probable. As a graduate not only of law, but also of theology, I think my best legacy is to emphasize that God is neither up above or out there, but instead, God is found in here, meaning the human mind, particularly the human conscience. That is why you are not graduating only with your bachelor's degree today. You are graduating to a place nearer to where God is. Because God is in here. God is in you, in your mind, in your conscience, in you, not elsewhere out there. We are all God's children, meaning that every individual contains a spark of the divine. Look into yourself, you will find that spark. The best life project is a loving relationship to God that is based on forgiveness of others. So I forgive my enemies. Huwag lang silang makakita sa akin. If we are able to resist the sin of pride, we shall then live in moral freedom. We realize that unlike the crooks, we should treat persons not as means, but as ends in themselves. Conclusion. Nothing that any person does, no matter how rich or how famous, really matters. Walang kwenta yan. Na mayaman siya, o kilala siya ng madla. Walang kwenta actually yan. Sa edad kong ito, yun ang natuklasan ko. What matters is the faith to believe that something is better than nothing. If life contains evil, then the value of life is the conscious and constant revolt against evil, particularly when it wears the face of corruption and poverty. For evil to triumph, it is sufficient that good men shall do nothing. Go out of campus, and no matter what your career, go to activist politics and fight corruption. If a spectacularly complex but orderly universe would emerge from what the physicians call the Big Bang, then the universe could have been created only by a mind of indescribable magnitude. The greater cannot come from the lesser. There is a supermind behind this universe. Good luck, and may the supermind guide and protect you. Now let me recite for you a poem that has always guided me in my own life after I left UP campus. It is a familiar poem. It is entitled Invictus, meaning to say, I'm undefeated. I would like to recite this very much with my usual gestures, but the wind is against me today. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate and the captain of my soul. Thank you very much.